Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Dutchman Games, and today we're going to make an island level in Unreal Engine 5 using free assets from the marketplace. This will be a three-parter series where I will guide you through a full level build for your game in an easy to understand and quick manner. I really hope you enjoy and leave a like and subscribe if you do. Alright, let's get right into it. Okay, now that you have the Epic store opened, what you want to go is you want to go to the marketplace up here in the Unreal Engine tab, and then you want to look for um, Auto Landscape 2.0, and then you'll find this one, which is a Landscape Pro Auto Generator. Now we're not going to actually auto generate anything. All that we have in this one is free assets for plants, rocks, landscape, and all that stuff, which we will need for our beautiful level. So go ahead and download this one and add it to your project. All right, and there's one other thing you need to add. It's called Good Sky, and this will make a pretty nice skybox, and we're gonna need that too. So get this in the project as well. Now we're also going to need some water. So luckily there's actually free water planes that we can have. So just download these two and just get them into your project as well. All right, here we are. So this is the Unreal Engine 5 uh, project browser setup. So here you want to set up what you want your game to be. You can select any of these. I'm just going to select the third person one, keep the quality preset to maximum, add the starter content, and do it like that. So we're just going to keep it my project. We're going to create it. All right, here we are in the editor. Now, first thing what we're going to do is we're going to create a new map and just select basic. Don't select open world, just select basic and actually select empty level. So create this, and this will be the level we'll be working from. Everything is very, well, there's nothing here. But we need the content browser as well. So you want to select the content browser, grab the tab of it, and select it in the bottom. And now we can lock it into the editor. All right, now it's time to add in all of our content. So let's do that right now. All right, so as everything is loading in, we can already start with setting up the Good Sky. Now this is pretty easy. You just want to open the Good Sky box. You can also go to the content browser and just type in Good Sky and then just put it in. There we go. So this will be our skybox, and right here in the global sky settings, you can change it to whatever you want. I prefer to just keep it to the noon sky, and now we just have a little noon sky going on here with a sun right there. And you can just play with this as you want. You can change the clouds if you want. You can uh, make a lot of cloud coverage. You can make it clear. You can do whatever you want. But I'm just going to keep it simple. Actually, let's just do afternoon sky. No, not afternoon sky. It's like midday, maybe a little. Let's just do this one. All right. So now we have this set up. What we're going to do now is we're going to create a landscape. Now, a landscape is pretty easy to do. We're going to go to selection mode, landscape, and then it already wants us to put in a landscape. Now let's make this selection box here bigger. Now what you can actually do is you can import a height map file. Now this height map file you can generate on world builder websites and generally the app called World Creator. You can make a height map as well, but we're not going to use height maps. We're just going to make it from scratch because this um, is a little bit more sophisticated. We're just going to do a basic layout here. Uh, Keep it to 100 by 100 by 100. That's all fine. The only thing we're going to change is the material. We're going to scroll down, and then here it will say something with a landscape M Landscape Pro V2. So select that one, and then you can create it. Now, what this does is it creates a landscape with the material, but the landscape itself doesn't have the material set to layers yet. So we're going to go to paint the landscape, and then we're going to the layers, and we're going to add a layer info here. Now just take your time and add all these layer infos. So these are landscape layers that have been pre-created by the material that we are using for the landscape. And these layers you can lay on top of each other, and then you can make the landscape look the way you want it to. Alright, so now that we have a landscape, you can also see the plants on it. And this is just our canvas, essentially. Now we can change this the way we want. We can, for example, add some puddles. So if you select layer 2 puddles, click here, it will load this little chunk. And then you can actually add puddles if you want. And you can kind of play with that. And you can kind of make this the way you want it to. But we are going to make an island. So we are going to do some sculpting. So let's sculpt the island. So we're going to the sculpt. We're going to select sculpt. And we are going to set the tool strength to 7. And the brush size a little bit bigger. And now we're just going to make a raised platform because the water is going around it. And we want the water to basically flow with this. And then this will be higher so that it will look like an island. So as you can see, because of this material, it automatically sees cliffs because of the height difference, and it will actually generate a different texture for these cliffs, which will, except for this area, because we manually put a layer on this. So we can actually change that back to the cliffs, and it will actually recognize what's a steep hill and what's not a steep hill. And what you want to do is you just want to create like an island, kind of. Just a raised, kind of like a hill in the middle. Just a raised area. We're going to make everything look better in a minute. It's just, we just want this raised for a minute. And then we'll make it look better later. So this is it. And then we're going to flatten. And we're going to flatten this area. And now we're going to add the water. So, adding the water is quite easy as well. All we need to do is, because we have downloaded that water package, we just need to type in water, and then we get something called ocean water. Now, let's go to selection. This doesn't look that good by itself. Let's raise it up a little. So we're going to change the material to Ocean Shader New, which is actually a material that we got from the landscape asset pack. And then we're going to set the water scale to 1500 and the OI scale to 1500. Maybe we have to do it. Yeah, we have to do it a little bit more. So 2500, 2500. The overall water scale stays 1. And the water moves a little bit fast, but we can change that later. So now we have a very basic island. And you can actually see that, I mean, this doesn't look all too good. So you can actually raise the water. And then that will be removed because now the water is high enough. But then it means we have to raise our island a little bit more. So as you can see, if you go lower, we can actually see the background of the island. And we don't want that. So it wants to be about this high, and then we want to raise the island even more. So let's sculpt the island a little bit more, kind of get, you know, a solid little island here. Just get as much land in there as you can. There we go. And now we're going to smooth this island out. So we're going to select smooth, and we're going to kind of just go over this and kind of smooth the island. kind of make it look a little bit better, especially the sides because they're very jagged. So let's get these sides smoothed out. And just kind of play with this a little bit, make it look a little nicer here and there. And then we can actually flatten this out a little. So we actually got a place to work with. And then we can smooth this. But as you can see, it doesn't really work that well because the smooth isn't strong enough. So what we can do is we can grab erosion and we can kind of go over that like this. Maybe make it a little stronger. Kind of make it look natural. And then smooth it out again. And then you just get a little bit of a better island idea. Now I want this corner to be kind of hilly because that's going to be the background of the island because we're going to make a scene from this side. So I want this to be like more hilly, but I don't want like these round like World of Warcraft hills. You know what I mean? Like I don't want that. So what I want is I want more jagged peaks. Now we can actually do that by grabbing the erosion and making the brush size a lot smaller, but make it very strong, the tool. And we can actually kind of like sculpt peaks into this almost. Kind of make it a little, and then grab some hydro. And kind of play with this, make it look a little bit more like it's actually rocks instead of just like round hills. And then naturally you kind of have to do this on the back as well. But we're not gonna look at the back too much, but you might as well do it the back a little bit as well. So you can just kind of like make this look a little more natural as you go along. It takes a little bit of time, but as you get this under control, you can kind of make it look as if these, are just rocks. There we go. All right, let's do this a little. There we go. Okay. So it's pretty steep. I actually kind of want a little bit more of a shore. So let's add a little bit more of a shore by adding some ground and then going for a flatten. Not too far, otherwise it will reach the end of the landscape, but just a little bit in there. And then we can actually add the erosion again, and then not make it as strong, and then kind of erode it out. Erode it out like that, and then you will get kind of like smooth beach. Add some smooth over it, and then you kind of get like a smooth beach feel. Now we don't actually have a sand asset, so we're not going to worry too much about the beach. Well, we just want to make a nice island we can play on, right? So if I were to drop a player start here, we can actually walk around it. Everything's black because the lightning isn't built, and we don't actually have lightning. So let's add lightning really fast by adding a directional light. There we go. And we got a very basic looking island. And now what we need to do is we just need to fix the lighting, make more, make trees, make everything look a lot bit better. But we're going to do that in the second episode. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys learned something from this. I mean, we pretty quickly made an island with a sea around it, which from the back it doesn't look all that good, but from the front it looks a lot better. And especially if we get some nice post processing and some items in here and some, some walkways, and it's gonna look great eventually. But for now, it looks a little basic, but that's okay. We're gonna set this up in the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers, and don't forget to like and subscribe, by the way. Helps out a lot. All right, bye bye.